Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever time of day that this message finds you. I hope that it finds you well and that you are in good health and that your soul is prospering and that you continue to feed it things that are going to help it to prosper, even as you continue to walk in better health and as you continue to walk in divine health. Just wanted to drop in with you today as I am just sitting out on a short break. I thought I would come out and clear my mind, do a little meditation, and do some sun gazing and allow the sun to warm my bones, splash on my face, splash in my mouth and my eye gate and my ear gate and my nose, and just take in some of its radiant power. And while I was doing that, I got my notebook over here and just, jotting down some notes, writing some things and for myself. And also, I was looking at some more sketches and some more outlines for some message ideas so that I may be able to share with you some of the information. And this was not a time that I scheduled to say that I'm going to do a video. I just wanted to get my notes together. I wanted to get these sketches down, and I wanted to be in the moment myself and just really absorb the moment in the time that I'm having right now. And so what happened, if you watched the last video, it was an end time message. It was a now message. What happened is I was so inspired to say, why not let them in on it real time? No, it's not live, but it is live because I'm recording it right now. You're watching it right now, so it's live to you. So real time, in a real moment, and I was thinking, well, I'm not done with my outline. I'm not done with the notes that I'm working on to put this together, right? And it's, I kind of reflected back to the last video as well, is when we're talking about real time, in the moment, everything doesn't have to be scripted. Everything doesn't have to be prompted. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be thought about being edited. Okay? So I said, wow, that's pretty challenging, especially to do it back to back, because this is what I did last week. And I didn't want to really have these type of videos where it may appear that, but man, he's just free flowing. He ain't even coming with a subject or a topic or anything like that. And that's not the way I usually like to roll, because I want to provide things that are going to help you and myself to be able to quantify these things, to be able to actually use them, and to be able to, see what the results were from the actual information. That's what I like to bring. But then when you think about doing something that's flowing right out of a now moment, if you don't look at that as being just important, or maybe more important, as putting something together, and this is where you get the information from, then what are we saying to the now moment? We're saying that it's really not as real as the other stuff that we do when we clip and we edit, and when we look at these specific things to put on thumbnails, and we look at these titles, had a little drag in there. I don't know if I want to even think about putting a cut in there, because that's live. That's the phone. That's the technology right there. And I'm speaking about the technology because sometimes we get hung up in the things on the ability and what we're able to do. We're able to manipulate a lot of things that we do, enhance a lot of things. Those things are good, don't get me wrong. But we have to really, really be careful about how much manipulation. Yeah, okay, I just had to look at the timer again. I'm not going to pull that one on you when I froze on you like that and then, made you jump. I'm not going to do that 2 weeks in a row. But no, when we look at the technology and all the advancements that we have with these devices and the software, there's so many things that we can do. And I think with those type of advancements in the technology, we have gotten away from being organic, having one-on-one conversations, letting one another see ourselves in living color, live and direct, whether we make a pause or stumble over a word or two, or maybe our hair isn't where we would like it, or our makeup, or whatever, the color, the light shining on us the perfect way, because there's so many things that we do in the production of what we do for social media and some of these sites that we put the videos on, this case YouTube, so I just wanted to do it again. Excuse me, I didn't want to. The moment prompted me to. So that was you. That was you calling for this, not me, because I'm writing some notes to try to present to you some other information. So it was you who called for this to say, hey, we want to see something real. We see enough videos with the cuts and the edits and the scripts and all that. We see enough of that with the perfect lighting and the acting and the sets and all that. We see enough of that. What's really going on? Again, I'm out here enjoying the sun, receiving its rays once again. So if I'm telling you that it's good for you and it's not good for me, or I'm not utilizing it as often as I can, I'm not immersing myself in the things that I'm sharing with you, what good is it me sharing it with you? If the birds thrive off of this sun, the trees thrive off of this sun, the fish, the bears, the foxes, the ants, the snakes, they thrive off of this sun. The soil in the ground that we grow our vegetation out of, that these trees spring up out of, they depend on this sun. So I don't go on and make a long, unexhaustive list. You can do that. You can think on your own of all the things that receive from the sun. Okay, let me just go with one vegetation. Let's say a tomato seed that you put in the dirt. One little seed that you put in the dirt. You water it, the soil's there, it receives from the sun. It springs forth a bud. Then a flower comes out of it. Then a little small fruit comes out of there. And then it grows to a ripened tomato fruit that we can then take off of the plant and we can consume it for ourselves. The properties that it has in it are good for our bodies, are good for our beings, as well as other fruits, oranges, and you name it, the vegetations and the fruit that we get out of the soil. So if that fruit can energize and we receive nutrients from the fruit, the end result of it, where did it come from? It started from a seed, and everything that it received from this sun. The intelligence that is in that fruit, that caught in the seed actually, but that caused it to interact with this sun rays, caused it to grow along with the water, along with the soil that agitated the seed so it could go ahead and be agitated, so it could have that friction so it could grow. But it's the main information, it came from this. How much more so us receiving health, receiving strength, receiving vitality, receiving vitamins, receiving nutrients from the same source that the things that we consume and eat are receiving their information and their nutrients and their vitality from. How much more us? And so these are the thoughts that were, the thoughts that I had. These are what sprung up out of them that prompted me to say, hey, let's go ahead and make a video. The thought that I had, and it came to me rather, was it's never a bad time to make a video when you want to share some information. And I wanted to share some information, again, that was real time, that was live and direct, but it was off the cuff, that was right here. I know most of the time when I share these videos, you can see the sun splashing or whatever, but you see how bright it is right now. I mean, it's 12 noon and, close to 12 noon, or a little after, excuse me. So it's kind of straight up, so that's why it's beaming here. And I took a moment to come out of it. As you see, I'm inclined back like this because I didn't move in posture. I just set the camera up, but I didn't move or posture any different, to really want to make this video for you. I wanted you to see that, hey, look, you can take time out of your day. Like I said, whether it's a break, whether it's lunch, whether it's, on your way, your commute or whatever, what direction it's in, find a park, find a side street, even if it's the restaurant you're going to or the grocery store that you're going to pick up some things before you go home. Pull over, position yourself in that direction of the sun ray, and just sit there for about 5 or 10 minutes. Turn the phone off or put the phone to a side and go ahead and just enjoy yourself. God bless you. Until the next message.